Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review of Insecure Season 5, Episode 9. I am upset. I'm so upset. Why was Episode 9 the best episode of the season? Episode 9. Issa, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. We have one more episode left. And you're going to sit up here and make the best episode the next to the last episode? Child, you better be glad I like you. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you are back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Please do not hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you get anything out of the content. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. So when the episode first opens up, Issa and Nathan are searching for a place. And child, I guess it's moving along and whatnot. But this is weird to me because y'all know how I feel about Nathan. Now, let me just say this, because I know how you guys like to tussle. In fictional life, insecure life, at the dunes in LA, I like Issa with Lawrence. And we got to remember that Issa is the one who messed up everything. So therefore, and thus and such, it's actually her that did the messing up. But you know, I mean, Lawrence did go out there and pull a whole Derwin Davis, and he tried to med school her by having a whole baby with compromise. So I understand why y'all would want her to be with Nate. But I'm sorry, I'm just Team Lawrence. And I just had to put that out there. It's just a side note. So anywho, they're awkwardly looking for this apartment. They're looking around and they get to the bathroom. And she's like, yeah, you know, this little space, you know, you can do your thing. I know how y'all like to do. He gonna say, I don't know what kind of man you've been living with. Lawrence. Lawrence, and sleeping on Daniel's couch. Absolutely. She gonna say, you know, Amal had chaotic bathroom habits. No, Issa, honey, tell him. So you know what? I did used to live with Lawrence. Okay, but that was a long time ago. You know, around the time I picked you up in that Uber. Moving forward. I know he wanted to ask her how many men she lived with, honey, but he ain't do it. So they look around, envision themselves there. Then the realtor gonna tell them, oh yeah, I leased it 5 minutes ago. I mean, you guys were just so excited. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Sir, they have been walking through the place for 5 minutes. Child, I would have been pissed when I tell y'all. I absolutely hate looking for a place because that is so realistic. Do y'all know that I went to look for a home and they were literally leasing it as I was viewing it? Like, are y'all on some type of prescription medication? Like, if the home is no longer available, then put that it's not available. Oh, child. Moving forward. Over at Molly's law firm, Torrin is acting all funny style. And they're like, what's going on with you? So then they figured out he made partner. Molly runs up and hugs him, but then she realized, like, she's setting off suspicious alarms. So she's like, y'all get in here and hug him. Child, you ain't fooling nobody, okay? So he's making it so obvious that they got something going on. Child, then women looked at them and they was like, we know that, right? She was like, absolutely. Child, they know what's going on. In the next scene, Lawrence is back with Chad. Hey, Chad, we missed you. Child, the gang's all here. So Lawrence is talking about looking for a place, right? He said, you know, if he moves again, he wants the place to be everything that he's looking for. And I feel like that was a euphemism for, you know, when I get into another relationship, I want it to be everything I'm looking for, aka Issa. That's exactly what it sounded like to me. But honey, that's just me. So Chad is asking if Lawrence got a gift for Derek for his party, right? He said, yeah, I got him a briefcase. So Lawrence said, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to go to that. He said, why? He said, you know, Issa gonna be there. My old girl. Chad said, okay, she let you go and you ain't fight for it. Sound like y'all peaceful to me. I know that's right. Baby, Chad will run together some words if he don't do nothing else. So Lawrence is like, what you mean? Chad said, you know how you are sitting back, letting life happen to you like you're on the dock of the bay? I know that's right. Chad, listen, I need Chad, Kelly, and Amal together, and that is a fool. Ooh, child, I be tuned in every week. But it's all accurate though, okay? Lawrence, just let it go and just keep it pushing, okay? Because I mean, season 1, when Issa wouldn't come home, he did try, okay? He kept calling her, trying to figure out where she was, but you know, she wasn't acting right. So he did try in season 1. But child, after she let him go, he just let her be free. Come to think of it, Issa always dismisses Lawrence. Child, it's a fool. So he's like, I'm not about to force her to be with me. Chad said, if it were me, nothing would stop me from getting her back. Chad, do not put that in his head. Issa is in an unhappy / pretending to be happy relationship, finding apartments. She don't need to be finding no apartments so she can save money when she can save money by switching to Geico. Please, Chad. Issa, you better not. You better not set this up for Lawrence to fight to win you back with one episode left. Don't do it. But she did it. I'm not going to do it, girl. I did it. Oh, shout out to TikTok. So Chad said all that, right? He's like, let's order some quiche. Are you kosher? Chad, enough. Moving forward. It's the day of the party. Issa and Nathaniel, they show up. Nathan gonna wear a shirt under a shirt if he don't do nothing else, y'all. So the going away party is underway. Kelly, you are looking fabulous. Girl, you look good. Okay. So Nathan asks, if they were ready to move to Denver. And Derek is like, no, you want a toaster? He's like, nah, bro, I'm good. Issa said, well, let's see it. I mean, she's like, do you have a crumb catcher? He's like, come on now. She's like, well, I don't have a crumb catcher. See, these are the questions that we need to be asking now that we're consolidating. Oh, child, don't remind me. So Kelly said, together? Domestically? Child, yes, domestically. So Issa said, yeah, we're getting a place together. We're looking right now. Child, Kelly all excited. Meanwhile, I'm like, okay, Nathaniel. Child, I can't stand it. I just can't stand it. So he gets a call, and Tiffany is like, I won't get to see it because I won't be here. I'll be in Denver. I mean, I love Denver. Okay. They have over 300 days of sunlight. So, I mean, there's that. Girl. So Molly shows up with Torrin in tow. Okay, y'all holding hands and whatnot. So she introduces him to the group, and Molly is like, my mom can't stop talking about y'all, y'all little walks, Kelly. Child, Kelly done took over Molly's mom. So Molly's like, we need to do the same thing with Issa's mom. Here go Issa. Don't make friends with my mama. Kelly said, oh, too late. We already text. Issa gonna say, put me in the group chat. She said no, she wouldn't like that. Honey, I know that's real. Tiffany was looking at Torrin, right? And he was holding a box. So Tiffany goes, oh, you brought us a gift. He said, no, this is trash. I'm going to go find a dumpster to trash this BS. And the whole time I was thinking, okay, we got a little weirdo on our hands. But they go off to the side because Molly wants to know what's happening. So he brought some edibles, but he realized it wasn't that kind of party because his kids here and whatnot. And I was just thinking, who just brings edibles? Like, this isn't a frat party. Like, you're just carrying around edibles and whatnot. Honey, I guess that's because I don't do those kinds of things. So for me, I would be like, where these edibles come from, child? But Molly was like, look, I'll take one with you. He said, no, I just don't know. She was like, okay, just think of it as us celebrating you making partner. Child, next thing you know, here come Lawrence, Chipotle, and the baby. I was like, oh, not the whole family, child. So Lawrence spots Issa from across the room, and, she turns around and she sees that Lawrence is eyeing Issa. Here she go. Oh my gosh, my mommy bladder. Can you hold the baby? Girl, you ain't slick. You want her to see him holding that baby to remind her that you have the child. Honey, you ain't fooling me. So Nathan turns and he sees Lawrence. I'm like, oh, child, this is finna be a fool. He's like, that's him, right? Yes. Your competition? Absolutely. The love of her fictional life? Abso-freaking-lutely. That is him, child. So he's like, he came down here for this? So she lets him know that he moved back a while ago. He said to be closer to his girl and the baby. I would have said, I don't know. Why don't you go ahead and ask him? You don't go over there and ask her if you want to know all these answers. Child, she don't know nothing about him. She's living her life abundantly, limitless. She's blessed. Shout out to Kelly. In the next scene, Tiffany and Issa's brother Amal, they over there chopping it up, and he's asking why she didn't invite a plethora of men for him to choose from. She was like, have you met Rolando? One thing people gonna do at a Tiffany and Derek party is find them somebody to hook up with. That is how we got compromised, okay? This is all your fault, Tiffany. Now that I think about it, okay? Y'all make me mad just to think about it. But y'all leaving for Denver and whatnot, and we wish y'all the best. So then Tiffany makes a toast. Meanwhile, High and Higher Esquire, they feeling the edibles, okay? So they're giving this toast, and she says that Kelly is really a ride or die, and she feels like Kelly would actually die for her. And Kelly let her know, I will cross the ocean for you. Shout out to Monica. She is letting it be known that I am your friend. So I'll call you my best friend. Shout out to Brandy. So Derek shouts out his dad friends, aka the Papa Posse. Now Lawrence being introduced by Issa, then becoming a member of the dad group by getting another woman pregnant. Ooh, it's the foolery for me, y'all. Moving forward. She said, Issa, yes, I love you. And there's no one else like you in my life. Okay? Tiffany is crazy. Tiffany, that was not a compliment. So Chad was like, me next, pick me. So she goes, and Dro, child, when she said Dro, and I looked up at that screen, Molly turns around and goes, oh, shh. But she said it out loud. Child, everybody is in the place to be. Oh, I'm getting sad. It's like I'm happy to see everybody because it's giving me nostalgia from seasons past, but then it's like I'm getting sad seeing everybody because I know that means the end. So, I mean, it's just a catch-22. But anywho, the gang is all here. Molly, I cannot wait to see why he called, girl, and I know y'all gonna address it. Moving forward. Child, not they skip right on over Chad. He was pissed. Especially after that briefcase. He was like, that was ostrich. Boy, I don't care, or eel, or something he said it was, honey. It was some kind of something. Child, this is a mess. So they break up, and the men go off to discuss Denver. And you know what Derek is going to miss most about L.A. Whole time, Nathan is eyeing Lawrence. Nathan, is there something wrong? Like, what is wrong with you? So while Torrin is looking all conspicuous, that edible is doing a number on him. Do y'all hear me? A number. He's like, ooh, barbecue sounds so good. Sounds so good right now. Because Derek said the thing that he's going to miss the most is barbecue, sushi, Mexican food, just all the foods. So Nathan said, listen, LA has some beautiful weather, but y'all need to leave that barbecue alone. So then Dro pipes up saying, you know, we have bomb barbecue. And, you know, you would know because you're a transplant. Listen to me, y'all. Now, normally I'm Team Lawrence, but Nathan is from the South, that H-Town to be exact. And our food, especially our barbecue spots are unmatched. Okay, when I tell y'all finger looking good, now y'all don't fight me down in the comments because like I said, I know how y'all like to tussle, but I have traveled and I have eaten barbecue, you know, in several states, and Memphis and Texas, specifically Houston, and Dallas has some great barbecue as well. It's just good, honey. It's just all to the good. I had to go with Nathan on this one. Child, I ain't never thought I would say that. He said, I'm from Houston. Derek said, okay, talk your Houston got the meats. We are not Arby's, Derek. Houston got the meats. Boy, I'm done with you. So Chad was like, yep, they really do. They really do. They got good meats. Yep, they do. So then Lawrence tries to challenge him, and he gonna say, nah, you know, I still stand by what I said about LA barbecue. People that haven't been here long, you know, they don't know. Nathan said, well, once you try Houston barbecue, you know what's good. Ooh, child. I know that they are talking about Issa in reality, but dang, Houston is home, so I gotta ride with Nathan on this barbecue-wise, okay? But relationship-wise, fictionally, okay, Lawrence got me. Moving forward. Then Lawrence gonna say, barbecue must not be good enough to keep him there. Don't start this. Don't start this. I mean, right now, it's a pissing match, okay? Like, whose hot link is better? Who got the better sauce? But we don't have enough time to get into it as we get into it. Issa. Oh, child, this is a fool. So then Amal gonna say, you know, my man Rolando, he thinks I would look good with the Caesar, but, you know, I don't know. So what are you doing tomorrow? First of all, how did this become your man in 22 seconds? You just said hello and got a man. Oh, child, I aspire to be Amal. Honey, that boy said hello. If you say hello, we go together. I know that's right. So here go Nathan. Nah, you know, me and Issa, we still looking for apartments. Oh, ouch. Honey, I know that hurt Lawrence's soul. Do y'all hear me? Amal, you are doing a messy job, and we love to see it. Moving forward. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, the Fab Four, they're talking, and Tiffany tells them that she's leaving Sunday. So Tiffany was like, but I am coming back for Molly's birthday. So they decide to be there for each other on the birthdays and whatnot. So then Molly starts talking crazy. She's like, do you know how much will change in 2 years? Like, who will have another baby? Who will be taller or smaller? Issa said, huh? Baby, that edible tearing Molly up. Do y'all hear me? So then she starts laughing uncontrollably, like one of the hyenas in The Lion King. I'm talking about she just like, I'm like, oh my gosh. So while she's laughing uncontrollably, they're like, what are you laughing at? So Kelly reaches over there and slaps her face to bring her back into reality. She's like, girl, you slapped me. She said, what in the hot hell is wrong with you? Now, she didn't say what in the hot hell. She actually said some more choice words. But y'all, I'm trying to keep it a little PG over here on this channel. So Molly then just reveals to them, look, I had an edible. So in comes Capri Sun looking for a bottle. Girl, they were all like, hey. Oh, Capri Sun. Leave the baby with his stepmom, Cocoa Butter. No, I'm just kidding. Issa already alley-ooped that baby in the trash can. Oh, child, we do not need to leave her alone with the kid, honey. That is the last thing we need to do. But she did change the entire mood. I'm like, girl, if you don't go. So then they leave, and Issa is over there, you know, having awkward conversations with her. And she leaves, and Molly gonna say, woo-bee, that was weird. That sure was weird. Oh, child, ain't no way I could stand there and hold a conversation with her. It is too strange. I just wouldn't be able to do it. In the next scene, Molly wanders outside and she sees Dro. Apparently, he's getting a divorce and he was calling to let her know. He said, you know, but it's cool though. I'm moving on. She's like, oh, okay. Well, the girl you came with, she seems nice. And he said, so does the dude you came with. And he said, oh, you mean him? Child, why Torrin standing right there looking crazy? So Torrin comes walking up looking all goofy, and Molly starts spilling her guts on his open relationship, them hooking up, how it had some ups and some downs. See, this is why I have never done a drug, okay? I need to have control over what's going on. Now, I am happy that, you know, it's giving her the transparency that she needs, but it was still awkward AF. I was like, ooh, Molly, honey, reel it in. So these two standing there high as a kite, and Dro was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I gotta go. So Molly was like, so what do you think about that? Torrin was like, I'm unfazed, basically. That's what he said. And I'm like, I know that's right, child. That was in the past. Okay, we all have one. Moving forward. Issa goes over to Nathan. He acting all funny style. I'm like, don't take your insecurities out on Issa and her joy of the chocolate fountain, because you got an attitude. So Lawrence is over there admiring his son, and Compromise tells him that she talked to Issa. He was like, so how did that go? She was like, you know, it was good. I just hate having awkward energy. So then the baby started getting fussy. So she was like, I'm just going to go ahead and take him home. Oh, y'all didn't ride together? Moving forward. Nathan comes out looking pissed, giving his friend the key. So he's telling him that Issa's ex is in there talking barbecue. He was like, I don't know what that mean, but I don't like it. He was like, see, sometimes you got to let him know. You can't let him talk to you crazy. He's like, we can set it off right now. He can literally catch another type of fade. Boy, if you don't shut up. So Nathan is like, nah, I'm good. You know, I'm just going to keep it cordial. Are you? Because, child, we can't tell. Moving forward. It's getting late. The party is getting dark, and Molly and Torrin are looking for fried macaroni and cheese. So they go to the serving area and find all the food. When I tell y'all they hit the food jackpot, they were eating everything in sight. It reminded me of that video game Pac-Man. You know where they have that mouth open and they be going down a little thing. That's how they were eating. Child, they were eating like they were going to the electric chair. I said, oh, honey, they looking like they about to walk the green mile. Honey, this is a fool. So they see a server coming. They're like, let's go, let's go. So they take off. So they end up in the pantry. Molly was looking at him some kind of way. And he's like, what's going on? And she's like, you know, I'm just really having a good time with you. And everything is just so easy. And I'm really getting scared by that, because every time someone gets close to me, they start to get tired of me. And, you know, I would be just devastated if that happened between me and you. And let me just say this. If that ain't the most relatable thing in the world, okay? Because every time I get into a relationship and I start to get comfortable, I'm like, okay, when is the other shoe going to drop? When is he going to get tired of looking at my beautiful face? Shout out to me. No, I'm just kidding. Like, when is he going to get tired of me? And I always think that. So the fact that she told him that, I was like, yes, Molly, that is growth. Girl, you better go ahead and tell him your fears in this pantry after I just got through eating everything because y'all high as a kite. I love it. So he was like, you know, actually it's the opposite for me, because at first I couldn't stand you. But, you know, now I'm getting to like you. He's like, I'm not going to get tired of you. All right, not Torrin, honey, because that's what they all say. So then they get it popping by the Ritz crackers and whatnot. No condom, no nothing. Okay, let me find out that Molly gonna end up pregnant on episode 10. Let me find out. Child, but this does seem like it's her person, so it might be okay. Moving forward. Issa is going to the trash can, and Lawrence startles her. She's like, oh. He's like, what are you doing? She was like, you know, I was just going to the trash can, you know, and Spanish is la basura. Girl. Something's wrong with Issa. So he asked her why she called him. She was like, yeah, it was a mistake. I shouldn't have. He said, well, you know, when you ended things, I understood. I had a baby on the way, but it's different now. I'm different now. And, you know, I would hate to leave this party without fighting for you. She's like, I don't even know if fighting for me would have even mattered, Lawrence. It matters, Issa. Let's not get carried away. He's like, wait a minute, are you happy? Because I'm not happy when I'm not with you. Oh, my. When I tell y'all, listen, I don't have a relationship right now, so I'm living vicariously through these characters on this screen. This is some Dwayne Wade, Whitley Gilbert at the altar with Byron mess if I've ever seen it. Please, baby, please. Oh my God. When I tell y'all, I was screaming in here. Issa, what you gonna do, girl? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Shout out to Totem. He said, I love you, Issa. Whole time, Nathan standing over there. Here he go. What's all this? She said, I'm just taking the trash out. He said, no, we're talking. That's right. They're talking, H-Town. So Lawrence is like, we're talking. So if you want me to get off my square, we can do that. So then Nathan steps up. It's about to be a whole fight. And baby, Nathan said he was calm, but he could go up. And I was like, if it's up, then it's stuck. And I'm like, oh my God, they fighting. Oh, child. But really, y'all were just talking in a circle, honey. Y'all weren't really doing nothing. And why y'all throw Torrin in the mix, child? He was in there getting it popping, can't even fully get to where he need to get, because now he got to go out here and pull Lawrence and Nathan apart. So he don't want her to touch him, because he needs a moment to compose himself. Baby, that whole party stopped. Molly said, girl, you okay? And scene. Oh my God. No, she's not. And neither are we. We need one more season, Issa. Or you know what? We don't even need one more season. If you don't want to give us one more season, let's just do a Real Housewives style. Let's just get at least 20 episodes and a reunion. Like, I feel like we need that. Even though these are fictional characters, let's get together and do what Tyler Perry does when he puts these cast members together and he talks about the season and all things sisters. Like, come on, let's get it together. Ooh, child, and that was the end of the episode. I do not think that in episode 10, Issa is going to end up with Nathan or Lawrence. That's what I truly feel. I feel like Molly and Torrin will be together, and the fact that she mentioned pregnancy this episode and he didn't have not now a piece of a condom, I'm predicting that maybe she might find out she's pregnant. Tiffany will go to Denver and Kelly will continue to be fabulous. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what y'all thought about this episode. This episode was so good to me. Oh, TV is picking up right before Christmas time. But Issa, not you gonna cut us off on Christmas weekend. Like, girl, what kind of gift is that? You little Grinch. Child, I got a whole attitude. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.